Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Testing Your Tactics. Apologies, they've not been uploaded in a while. I've not been feeling very well, but I am feeling a little bit better today, and mainly because this tactic is fantastic. It's AS's Green Arrow 4-3-2-1. Now let's run through the tactic. It is a custom vertical tiki-taka. Mentality is positive. Now in possession, attacking width is fairly wide, pass into space approach play. Focus down the right and down the left, play out the defence with shorter passing directness and a slightly higher tempo as well. Mixed crosses, and the final third, no instructions have been selected here, but it is run at defence and to be more disciplined as well. In transition, counter press and counter with the goalkeeper distribute quickly, and it's distributing to the centre backs and to the full backs as well. Out of possession, high line press of engagement with a high defensive line as well, so a lot of intensity in this tactic, but a lot of the best tactics do have a lot of intensity. And if you look at football in the real world, teams that play with intense style tend to do very well. Trigger press is more often, and it's to prevent short goalkeeper distribution as well. So looking at the player roles, it's a sweeper keeper on defend with two complete wing backs on support. Now sweeper keeper, there's no instructions for the sweeper keeper, and the wing back on support, it's cross aim centre, tackle harder, get further forward, stay wider and roam from position. That's both the right and the left hand side as well. So two ball playing defenders on defend as well, with tackle harder, take more risks and hold position as well. Two segundo volantes on attack either side of a ball winning midfielder on support. Now these are three defensive midfielders as well here. So ball winning midfielder, the only tactic or the only instruction is to tackle harder. Segundo volante, it's just to get further forward. That's on both sides of the ball winning midfielder. Now an advance forward up front with two false nines on support. The false nine is stay wider, dribble more and take more risks, where the attacking forward has move into channels. Now this tactic is going to be tested with Porto, AS Roma and also with Barcelona as well. Three kind of title challenging teams. Let's see how we get on with them. Very excited for this one. Hit the like button and subscribe as well. Let's get into the test. The first test of AS's Green Arrow tactic is going to be with Porto, and the media prediction is already going to be first, but let's see how we perform with this tactic. Will we blow the league away? Let's find out. And we are champions once again of Portugal, FC Porto top in the table, 27 wins out of 34 games, 2 draws and 5 losses, plus 58 goal difference and 83 points on the board as well. Look at the player stats. Taremi, top goal scorer in Portugal with 22 goals across the season. Average rating, Mehdi Taremi and Danny Namaso, 1 and 2, 7.68 and 7.55 as well. Wendell with 14 assists, joint top with Pedro Malheiro. Player of the matches, Taremi and Namaso, top 1 and 2 again. Namaso joint second with Andre Silva. Clean sheets, our goalkeepers clearly didn't stop the ball going in the net, focus on scoring them, but Wendell with 10 yellow cards as well. Now if we kind of have a look at the team stats and how we got on across the league with the overview, most points per game, obviously Porto, because we topped that. Most goals, Porto with 99 across the season. That's like nearly 3 goals a game in average, 12 coming from corners as well. Most shots for 685, with a shot percentage of 42%, which is very good as well. Few shots against. Now even though we weren't in the kind of the top for the clean sheets, we only had 255 against us throughout the season. Best pass completion, 7th on this list with 88%, but nice to see 59% possession with this Porto team as well. Most tackles won, we're not involved, but 6th for dribbles made. Most clean sheets, we are joint 5th with this one, 11 across the season, and fewest conceded, 41 across 34 games. It's not too bad. Now if we kind of have a look at the competitions, Champions League knocked out in the round of 16 by Napoli, Portuguese Cup 5th round to Sporting Club, Portuguese League Cup semi-final to Sporting, and then we finished runners-up in the Portuguese Super Cup against Benfica. So only the Portuguese League is what we did well with. And we had a fantastic start with the fixtures. We won the first kind of 8 games, conceding only 4 goals as well, which is very nice to see. We drew with Sporting CP, but then however we did lose to Boa Vista and to Benfica, and we also lost to Estrela Pria, Rio Ave and to Benfica again. So Benfica got the double against us, however we did win the league. so we're not going to complain too much with that. And then lastly, if we kind of have a look at the squad and how we got on with this. So top goal scorer Mehdi Taremi with 23 goals and 10 assists across 37 games. Second, Tony Martinez with 22 goals and 3 assists. 19 goals and 9 assists for Danny Namaso, which is probably why he had a very high average rating as well. And Nico got 12 goals and 8 assists across the season. Now let's move on to our next test, which is going to be Roma. Let's move to Italy. Now the second test is going to be AS Roma. Media prediction of 6th. I'm sure we can go one better. Let's find out. Go one better we have. Well, actually we've gone 5 better. We've won the Serie A with AS Roma. 32 wins, 2 draws and 4 losses across the whole season. Plus 61 goal difference, which is the best in the league. And 98 points. Nearly got the 100. But with the player stats as well, Romelu Lukaku dominating the scoring charts with 34 goals across the season. Average rating was Dybala and Lukaku. Assist with Renato Sanchez and Christensen. Player of the matches, funnily enough, none of our players made it onto the list there. Clean sheets, neither. And yellow cards, we're all good this season with Roma. Now, if we're going to have a look at the team stats, at how we got on. So, most goals, we scored the most goals, 104 goals, 38 games, 11 from the corner. Routine. Most shots for Roma, 613 across the season. Few shots against. Funnily enough, we're actually not on this list here. Best pass completion and most possession, so very different from the original test with Porto. We're not involved with any of these. Most tackles won, most dribbles made. We are on this list 5th with 562 across the season. Most clean sheets, joint 5th with a lot of teams as well with 12. And fewest conceded, we are in joint 6th with 43 across the season. Now, if we kind of have a look at the other competitions and how we get on, Europa League knocked out in the quarter-final to Liverpool, and in the Italian Cup, we lost to AC Milan as well, which isn't fantastic, but what are you going to do? Now, if we have a look kind of at the fixture list and how we get on as well. So, we go to the schedule. Now, fantastic start. As we can see, let's get rid of all the other competitions. Let's have the Serie A. Fantastic start. We did lose 4-2 to Empoli though, which isn't great to see. Don't really want to see that. But we didn't lose again until we played Atalanta and then Salernitana. You know, how many draws did we get? 2 draws across the season. We absolutely smashed it with this tactic. So, Anas, well done there. And then lastly, we're going to kind of have a look at the squad and how we got on there. So, Lukaku, as we mentioned, 39 goals across the season, 4 assists as well. Brian Cristante with 15 goals and 9 assists. Sardar Azmoun, 14 goals and 6 assists. But there's a lot of players here below 10. So there's Renato Sanchez, El Shawari, Paredes, Pagano. Everyone kind of chipped in with this tactic as well, which is very nice to see. Now, let's move on to Spain for our final test. Now, our last test was with Barcelona. Media prediction is 2nd. Can we overthrow Real Madrid? Let's find out. And we have won the league again. Fantastic tactic so far. So 28 wins, 6 draws and 4 losses across the season, plus 58 goal difference, which is the highest in the league, with 90 points on the board as well. Player stats, Robert Lewandowski topped the charts with 38 goals across the season. We dominated the average rating as well. Lewandowski, Frankie de Jong and João Felix all in the top 3. For assist, Alejandro Balde, fantastic season with 11 there. Now, none of our players, again, would top the charts with man of the matches, clean sheets. However, 2 of our players in with the yellow cards with Cancelo and Alejandro Balde. Now, if we have a look at the team stats, most goals for Barcelona, 101 across the season. Only 8, however, coming from corners. Valencia got 17 with that, so we'll have to get their tactic from them. Most shots for, Barcelona topped that with 145 shots, more than 2nd place Atletico Madrid. Few shots against, 5th place for Barcelona. Pass completion and possession. Possession, we are 5th with 57 possession across the season. Most tackles won, not there. Dribbles made, 6th on this list, 566. Most clean sheets, joined 4th with 14. and fewest conceded, we are 6th with 43 across the season. Now if we kind of have a look at the other competition screen, we're knocked out in the Champions League by RB Leipzig, which isn't great to see. Spanish Cup, runners up there, I'm assuming that's to Real Madrid, and it is. And then the Spanish Super Cup, runner up again to Real Madrid. So they've kind of done the double over us in Cups competition, but we have kind of stuffed them in the league. And then lastly, if we kind of have a look at the schedule and how we kind of got on, as always, we'll get rid of any kind of European competitions there. Just leave the Spanish First Division. So fantastic start again. We went 8 unbeaten until we faced Atletico Madrid and we lost 1-0. We then lost 2-1 to Sevilla, but some big wins here. So a couple of 5-0s, 7-4 against Almeria, 5-2 against Girona, and you know what, it's actually a bad end to the season as well, with Villarreal losing. We drew to Almeria, Las Palmas, so it could have been a lot more than kind of the 90 points that we did have on the board, but yeah, we're not going to complain too much. And now lastly, with the squad, Lewandowski got 51 goals across this season. It's quite a selfish striker with only 3 assists as well. João Felix with 14 goals and 11 assists. Fermin with 12 goals and 8 assists, with Ferran Torres and Frenkie de Jong both getting 11 goals as well. So in conclusion, is this a tactic that I'd use going forward? I think it is. I think Momopops or AS, some 2 good tactics that I've done so far, the Xabi Alonso one and this one as well. We've won the league with every team that we had. Porto and Barcelona maybe were expected to win the leagues in their division, but AS Roma, media prediction of 6th, and to kind of dominate in the Serie A as well. Give it a go. Now I've linked Momopops' Twitter in the description if you want to go check them out, do that below. The tactical link is down below as well. Now as always, hit the like button and subscribe. I'm back, I'm feeling better, and let's get on to the next episode of Testing Your Tactics. I'll see you then.